Puck, a turnover is forced. Sent up and out of the zone. For Musnick goes awry. It's recovered behind the net by Lenz. Moves it up the wall. Turnover forced by the Braves momentarily. They hold the line. Pass comes. The squeeze shot. Blocker to side. Rebound to the slot. Shot won't go back from Musnick. Bulldogs can't get the clear. Knoll with possession. Lead pass coming in. All alone. Shot. Turned aside. Braves still pressing. DeSquee pass towards the slot. Comes to Knoll. Poked off his stick. Bulldogs have numbers heading the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Trying to thread the needle there, and then the shot goes wide. Second attempt coming off the stick of Grillo, won't go. Bulldogs can't maintain possession. DeSquee clears the zone, no icing on the play. And now looking turn to go the other way. Drogan, lead pass broken up after carrying it back to his own side of the red line. And then it's chipped in by Noah Zinman. Chasing the other way, moved up the wall. Engel, his lead pass was deflected. And now Bulldogs looking to regain possession after Barkas couldn't settle it. Picked up by Rolston, lead pass. And the second attempt, that's deflected on the attempt to Keene, so there's no icing on the play. Puck isn't covered. Sent up the near side wall, kept in by Barkas. The Braves force a turnover. Barkas coming in again. Gains his own onsides, pass across. Drop pass along the wall, carried in. Barkas still has it. Coming in. Pass towards the slot, backdoor shot won't go! A wide open net, and the Bulldogs can't capitalize. Continuing to press, Keene sends it around the wall, where the Braves take over and look for the clear. A good effort there by Mianoli, and now in their own zone, the Bulldogs have to reset as they get a clear. And the puck comes right back to the Braves. Engel had it momentarily off a pass. Bulldogs now heading the other way. Pass towards the slot, won't go. Continuing to press. Second attempt to move it towards the slot is broken up. Braves can't get the clear yet again. Resetting now. Attempt up the far side won't go. It comes back. Schleymovich, who tried to move it up the near side wall. Pass towards the slot is broken up again. Braves get it clear. They'll get a change as the Bulldogs look to turn and go the other way. It's chipped in as Schleymovich picks it up. Picks up ice, pass, turnover, no offsides on the play. Bulldogs bench gesturing for, or Braves bench gesturing for a call they won't get. And then it's sent up the wall by Gagliano. Can't get the clear, at least initially. Bulldogs have held it in the zone. Puck in the near side corner, cutting to the net. And a strong defensive play by Gagliano. Coming up the wall, walking the line, drop pass, shot from the point, deflected. Ends up on the far side. Johan Lee couldn't settle it and shot off the iron. Rebound comes free. It's still loose in the slot. Braves looking for the clear. They can't get it. Poked away by Suma. Cutting in to the slot. Shot deflected. Puck loose in the far side corner. And it's flipped up and out, this time by Ethan Schleymovich. We get a whistle for icing. Pelini line. That's Rolston, Pelini, and Keene out for the Bulldogs. Knoll in the dot. He wins it. Racing after it. It's Musnick. He clears the zone. Not enough on that one for icing as it's settled. Sent across by the Bulldogs. Comes back to Rolston. He's under pressure. Moves it up the wall. Chipped up and not out of the zone. Turnover nearly forced, but Pelini comes away with it. Lead pass for Rolston. He cuts in, forced to pull up on the escape turn. Backhand pass, shot from the blue line, won't go. Rebound comes free. Musnick picks it up for the Braves, sends it out of the zone. Zinman settles it. It's fired right back in by Lenz. And now the Braves will chase yet again. Sent around the wall to clear from DiPiero. And the Bulldogs regain the zone. Second time it's fired around the wall, and Braves get the clear. But the Bulldogs continue to chip it back into the zone. That was Zinman that time. Lead pass, looking for the clear, third time. Desquie gets it out. Pass up the wall. Comes to Pelini, fires a shot that's deflected. Loose puck sent up the near side wall, looking for the clear, but the Braves can't get it. Battle along the boards. Puck settled in the near side corner, pass towards the slot, won't go, and now Knoll heads the other way with speed on his backhand, gains the zone, fires a shot that's right in the breadbasket of Joey Braglia. Whistle on a stoppage coming with 6:55 remaining in the period. Defensive zone draw for the Bulldogs. And the draw is one back, reversed, cross ice feed. An opportunity for Bellmore Merrick in transition. That won't go. Sent around the wall. Braves looking for a clear they won't get. Bulldogs have forced a turnover. Shot from the slot, turned aside. A great look initiated there by Lushkoff. Coming in, second attempt, turned aside. Rebound is poked free in the slot. Battle for possession. Braves can't get the clear. Another shot that's gloved by Suma. Drogan line back out for the Bulldogs. Faceoff is won back by the Braves. Sent up the wall by Mianulli. Clear won't go initially. It's held in at the line. Shot from the point deflected. Chasing after it now. DiPiero can't get the clear. Puck beneath the goal line. Pass towards the slot. Intercepted. Sent out of the zone by Mianulli. He's now pinching it. Coming in 2-on-1. Fires a shot off the iron after it deflects off the glove of Braglia. A golden opportunity coming off a great play by Patrick Mianulli. Knoll line out now. Desquie and Musnick on the wing, matching up against the Drogan line. Faceoff is one forward. Knoll backhands it into the corner. Picks it up along the wall. Backhand pass to the slot. Shot from Musnick won't go. Turned aside by the pad of Braglia. Braves continuing to press. But a turnover is forced. Puck leaves the zone. Buglioni fires it in on net. That's turned aside. Drogan pinches on the puck. Pass intended. Buglioni was intercepted. Now heading the other way with speed. It's Zach Knoll. Gains the zone. Cutting into the slot. Pass. And the shot turned aside from Musnick. Heading the other way now. Buglioni. Gains the zone on his backhand. Pulls up. Fires a shot that's deflected. Wide. Loose puck on the opposite side of the goal. It's sent up the wall. And Zach Knoll takes control. Pulls up and enters off sides as Musnick a little over eager that time for the Braves. Nearly 10 minutes gone by in the frame. It's a scoreless game here in Oyster Bay. Sean Keane in the dot. He'll take on Joe Finelli, but Keane gets the better of him that time. D-to-D pass. Bulldogs look to press up ice. They gave him the zone. Rolston shot deflected into netting. That one deflecting off of Ethan Shlemovich's stick. Keane in the dot. Once again against Finelli. Keane gets the better of him that time as well, but now heading the other way. It's a 2-on-1 for the Braves as they force a turnover. Pass across. Shot turned aside by Braglia. Continuing to press. Pass towards the slot won't go. At the point. Shot gloved by Braglia. A nice look there Another strong play from Ethan Shlemovich from the point. Finelli in the draw once again against Keene. Face off. One back by the Bulldogs. Carried up on the backhand. Far side wall. Chipped up. Rolston pass. Deflected. Sent down the length of the ice. No icing on the play. Near turnover force there by the Braves, but Bulldogs continued head up ice. For the zone entry is denied. Laid off sides. Bulldogs have checked up, but the Braves have possession. It's Engel looking up ice on his backhand. Fires it in. Wanted to move it to Wesley Sigler. Couldn't that time, and now heading the other way. Carried in. Keneally's pass. Broken up. Pelini, my apologies. Heading the other way now, it's Zoll. Gains his own fire shot. That's right in the breadbasket of Braglia. Both netminders standing tall in their respective nets so far tonight. No goals, no penalties. Just fast-paced transition hockey. Knoll in the dot. Can't win it that time. Bulldogs come away with it, looking to move it up the wall. And now it's a 2-on-2, 3-on-2 for the Bulldogs. Shot, deflected, rebound, it's gloved. Covered by Suma. A nice look there for the Seaman, Goldman, and Lushkov unit up front. Face off tied up by Knoll. Comes away with it. Now the Braves get the clear. Pass intended. Was deflected, actually. Now heading the other way. Bulldog shot. Turned aside. Rebound. Won't go. The Bulldogs continue to press. Comes to Barkas at the point. Walks the line. Past the wall. The shot is deflected. Braves heading the other way. High sticking on the play, but Syosset recovers shot towards net. Blocked by Barkas. Picked up along the near side wall. The far side wall, that is. And now the Bulldogs blue liner makes the lead pass, heading the other way in transition. Goldman cutting into the slot, looking for the shot. And that one goes wide. Got deflected on the play. Continuing to work it. Up from the point. Shot deflected again. Rebound comes free on the far side wall. It's backhanded behind the net. Bulldogs trying to get to work on the cycle. Puck comes back to the point. And a turnover is forced, but the clear won't go. Barkas keeping it in. Drogan trying to settle it after the bouncing puck entered the slot. Now he'll carry around the net. He's under pressure. Continues to skate with a pass deflected by the boot of Mianoli, who fires it in. He'll go for the change. Finelli will take over on the chase as Richardson resets. And then the lead pass intended for Lagalia goes awry. Comes up the wall. Sigler enters the zone, cutting in, separated from the puck. A nice play there by Buglioni, and it goes out of play. .148 remaining in the opening frame. Face off. One back by the Braves. D to D. Comes to Engel. He chips it in. And now the Braves will chase. Sigler gets it. Pass towards the slot. Engel can't reach it. On the forecheck. Tries to force the turnover. But now heading the other way, it's Drogan. He cuts it on the backhand. Absorbs contact on that hit as he fires over the net. A pass towards the front is deflected. Off the skate of Gagliano. Moves up to Engel, who gets it to Finelli. Cutting it on the backhand. Looking for the pass, can't find it. Puts it through the defender's legs, but can't get the shot off. Bulldogs on the back check. Resetting to the point, and a shot from Slay-Movich is turned aside. A shorthanded Braves roster without Berenberg, Lichtenstein, Arroyo, and David Disqui. Zach Knoll playing big minutes for the Braves as he wins another face-off back. And now turnover force. Zinman looks to send it up the wall. He does. Lead pass intended for Pelini. Ends up with Shlemovich. His pass goes around the wall, goes too far. The Bulldogs nearly get a scoring chance as Disqui clears the zone. Gagliano on the forecheck, and it's fired back in on net. Picked up by Shlemovich, sent up the wall. Musnick gets the clear. The Bulldogs get the puck. Rolston, give and go with Pelini. They enter the zone after it's deflected by the Braves. And now heading the other way, it's Disqui. Gains the zone, cutting to the outside, poked off a stick. Knoll takes over, fires a shot, that's turned aside. Comes around, the opposite wall shot towards the net. It goes off a skate into the corner. Sent up and out of the zone. It's going to be settled by Mianoli, who chips it in. He'll chase. Braves looking for the lead pass up ice, but the period will expire with both teams right where they started at 0-0 here in Oyster Bay. Good now. And as we take a look at the standings, Bellmore Merrick currently sitting in first place in the division. They've got a plus 17 goal differential on the year. They've won their last 7, looking to extend that win streak to 8. And on the other side of the ice, a Syosset team that has 1 game in hand. If they win here tonight, the lead in the standings for Bellmore Merrick will be just 2 points above both the Bethpage Eagles and the Syosset Braves. If they win this one, they not only do they pick up another 2 points, but they'll have the head-to-head against the Braves, and they'll have a 6-point lead in the standings, and the Braves only have a game in hand. So the worst-case scenario is you have a 4-point lead in the standings, and given all their suspensions, there's a chance that it could be extended even further. But a win here tonight for the Braves, and the Bulldogs' dreams of running away with the division become a little bit more challenging. Finelli in the dot, flanked by Engel and Sigler, but Drogan gets the better from that time. And now he heads up ice, gains the zone, coming in, pulls up, makes his move, pass to the point, shot, turned aside, and the rebound's covered. Dancing and prancing through the Braves' defense, Nick Drogan. Just an outstanding play there as face-off is won back by him. Walking the line, Barkas steps in, fires a shot. That goes just wide. The rebound ends up trickling wide. Now Engel sends it down. No icing on the play. It's chased by Richardson. He pulls up under pressure for Finelli. Nearly knocked off the puck. Drogan comes for support. And Engel nearly forced the turnover there. And Barkas gets it back under pressure from Finelli. It's poked off his stick. The Bulldogs blue liner recovers, sends it up the wall. Intercepted by Finelli. Pass across. Nobody home for the Braves. Drogan with the escape turn against Engel. Now cuts up the wall, but it's poked off his stick by Sigler. Comes back to Richardson. Goes D to Barkas. Cross-ice feed to Buglioni. He gains the zone. Cutting in on his backhand, far side wall, circles the net. Looking for the pass to the point. He has Zinman. Fires a shot that's deflected. Ends up in the corner. Chasing after it. And the Bulldogs come away with it. And now another battle along the boards when they can't settle it. Grillo on the puck there, but comes out of the zone off a pass from Engel. Finelli on the loose puck, but Buglioni ends up recovering it. Resets to Zinman. Looks for the lead pass, gets it. Gains the zone, chips it in. The Braves send it up the boards. Buglioni going for a change, can't settle it. Settled at the line instead by Pelini. Shot from the dot, deflected. Knoll rescues the puck, heads up ice, gains the zone. Looks for the drop pass, nobody there. Braves in the middle of a change. As Keene gets it, moves it to Rolston, coming in. One-on-one against Slamovich. Has his stick lifted, can't settle the puck. Knoll recovers. Comes to Muskick, his pass is deflected. Musnick, my apologies. And now the Bulldogs have recovered. Heading up ice now. And it's chipped in. Slamovich will chase after Lenz gave the Bulldogs a momentary zone entry. Couldn't settle the puck after it was chipped in. This time it's deflected by Rolston. Slamovich sends it up the wall. Musnick takes over, but it's kept in, at least initially, by the Bulldogs. Comes back out of the zone. Fired back in, this time by Goldman. He'll chase. Slamovich on it again, sends it around the wall. It's going to come to Gagliano. He carries. Pass deflected. The Bulldogs force another turnover. Vitale with it as he tries to thread the needle to Goldman. Coming in now. Goldman fires a shot, and that's off the iron. Picked up on the other side. Musnick sends the length of the ice. No icing on the play. It's been waved off. As the Bulldogs now look to reset. Lead pass nearly intercepted. And now Bellmore Merrick resets. A second pass to Goldman. He's separated from the puck by Gagliano. It's chipped back in by Desquis. Bulldogs will chase and reset. Wilch's pass ended up with a zone exit, but a turnover was forced. Regaining the zone, Gagliano cutting to the outside. Cuts back in, fires a shot that's turned aside by Braglia. Rebound is loose, wrap around, won't go. The net is off, we get a whistle. And after a turnover was nearly forced by 47 in white, Johan Lee, the Bulldogs get a series of chances that, or correct, the Braves get a series of chances to end with the Bulldogs net coming off. Zach Knoll versus Nick Drogan. One back by the Braves, but a turnover. Bulldogs heading up ice, pulling up, pass to Buglioni, settling it in the slot, can't get the shot off. Works it off the wall. Chasing after it is Grillo. He's tied up. Knoll comes away with it, makes his move, escapes pressure. Gains the zone exit, cutting in with speed. Enters the zone, still has possession. Gets separated from the puck, heading the other way now. Lushkov can't gain the zone. Was with Drogan that time, and Knoll fires it back in. Chased by Richardson. He reverses it up the wall. Drogan sends it right back. Barkas takes over beneath his own goal line. And a lead pass across. Knoll gets a stick on it. Buglioni forces the turnover. Comes in, wraps around the net, under pressure, still looking for the pass. Moves to the point. Richardson settles it on the backhand. Tries to go back. Buglioni. But the puck comes to Sigler. He flips it up. And down, icing waved off on that one. Then a lead pass, chipped in, off the stick of Grillo. Braves will chase. Mianoli, lead pass up the wall, trying to spring Finelli. That time we get an icing. DiPiero, Mianoli there trying to make something happen. Off the zone exits. Braves can't settle and get an opportunity. Now will fall to Gagliano and Slamovich. Finelli in the dot for the Braves. Matched up against Keene. Faceoff was tied up. Finelli eventually comes away with it. Pass skips the stick of Musnick. Now battle along the far side wall. Bulldogs come away with it. Big play by Gagliano. Forced turnover. Finelli comes away with it, but sends it back up the wall. Turnover nearly forced by Pelini. Second time he gets it. Pass across, looking for the shot. Fires, deflected. Still beneath the goal line. Pelini on it, on his backhand. Gagliano ties him up, looking to get the clear. Can't. Finelli sends it up the wall. It's kept in at the line. Bulldogs maintain possession. Escape turn along the wall. And then Pelini's pass knocked down by Gagliano. And he'll send it the length of the ice. We'll get a whistle. And another stoppage. 8:56 remaining in the second stanza. Keene versus Knoll. And the Bulldogs come away with it past the point. Resetting along the wall, it was Rolston. Comes beneath the net. Carried up the near side half. Full pass towards the slot is intercepted. This time by the Braves. It's flipped up and out. And then it comes to Engel. Correction, that's a squee, 2, not 22. And getting to work on the forecheck at Sigler. But Zinman comes away with it. Looking for the lead man. Carries it up the near side wall. Then chips it up. Keene fires it in. As the Braves now look to reset. D to D. Lead pass intended for Sigler. Turnover forced by Zinman. He enters the zone. Chip pass deflected. Settled. Shot turned aside. Rebound won't go. And a D to D pass. Puck is sent up the wall. Desquie flips it up and out. Resetting. Rolston has it poked off his stick by Sigler. Desquie then gets it, settles it. Knoll heading up ice with speed, cutting in on his backhand shot, turned aside, rebound in the slot, won't go for Desquie. Bulldogs recover, flip it up and out. It's going to come all the way down. It's sent up the wall, ends up being settled by Lenz, whose lead pass won't go. DiPiero sends it back up the wall. Another nice defensive play by Mianoli in transition. As the Bulldogs now look to reset in their own zone. Backhand pass off the wall. Racing after it, but it's sent into the opposite corner by Mianoli. Bulldogs recover the loose puck there. Second effort by Finelli. Puck comes up the wall, does not leave the zone. Second attempt still held in. Shot from the point, blocker to side. High rebound, comes free beneath the goal line. Slajmovic ends up getting the puck out to Finelli. He flips it up past the defense. No icing on the play. Richardson moves it D to D. Barkas under pressure from Finelli. Comes up the wall. It's going to be settled on the opposite side by Slajmovic. He fires it back in. Racing after it, Richardson under pressure. Reverses. And the puck comes up the opposite wall. Bulldogs looking for a clear. They get it. But the play is broken up again by Slajmovic. Messina and Schiller providing great pressure there on the forecheck for the Braves. As the Bulldogs get a partial change, Gagliano's pass comes to Finelli. He enters the zone. Backhand pass in the skates of Knoll. Bulldogs get the clear. Slajmovic breaks up the rush. Knoll heads the other way. Gains his zone. Makes his move, but can't get through to defender. Barkas recovers, pass to the point. Slajmovic has to settle it on his backhand, looking for the shot, can't get it. Puck rings around the wall. Finelli settles it. Shot from Engel, turned aside, rebound is loose. And the Bulldogs get a clear. There won't be enough on icing on that one. Gagliano recovers. Turnover force, and a tripping on the play. Bulldogs head to the power play, and Jake Gagliano will head to the box. It'll be the first time a player from either team gets on the score sheet here tonight. Both teams generating chances and not making many mistakes in the process, and that's how you end up with a 0-0 score. So a 2-minute power play will get you the official call from the scorer's booth when we can. The faceoff has been won back by the Bulldogs. Knoll forces a turnover, looks to flip it past Drogan. He gets a stick on it. Zinman resets to Drogan. Second chance, gains the zone, and then ends up losing the handle. Puck went off his skates, and it was cleared out by DiPiero. Call against Gagliano was for tripping. Bulldogs now heading back up ice. Drogan re-enters the zone, pulls up, fires a shot. That's turned aside. Rebound is free, and backhanded out of the zone. A nice defensive play there as Knoll and Engel will go for the change. Zinman has it. Ends up moving it across. Drogan, lead pass to Keene. Gets it right back. Bulldogs have gained the zone. Pass comes back to Keene along their side half wall. Pulls up in the corner, looking for a pass. Ends up moving to Drogan. Cross ice to Zinman. That's on his backhand. He has to settle it. Works it up the wall. Cross ice feed on the backhand. Shot, and they score! A pass from the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That came from Nick Drogan. Put home by Keene. Correction, that might have actually been Buglioni. 9, not 7. We'll wait for the official tally from the scorers to confirm that. My apologies there. Finelli can't win the draw. And the Bulldogs regain possession. Polini under pressure. Heading the other way. Puck comes to Gagliano fresh out of the box. Passes in the skates of Shlemovich. His lead pass is deflected. Goal by Nico Buglioni, assisted by Nicholas Drogan and Colin Rolston. Bulldogs have forced a turnover in their own zone. Shot from off the stick of Shlemovich. Ends up in the opposite corner. Battling along the wall. But Johan Lee can't come away with it. Heading the other way now. Chipped in by the Bulldogs. Sent back up the wall. Kept in by Zinman. But ends up going wide of the net. Racing after it. Attempted clear, won't go. And the shot from the blue line ends up going wide. Shlemovich looking for the clear. No icing on the play as Zinman chases after it. Reiser on the forecheck. But heading the other way now, it's Zinman. Flips it in, knocked down by Gagliano. Gets tied up along the wall. And they get the clear as Lagalia couldn't settle it. Second chance now, Buglioni. Pass towards the slot, sent up the glass. Not out of the zone, it's held in for now. Sent back down in the near side corner. Picked up by Gagliano, sent up to Musnick. He finds Knoll, it's in his skates, trying to settle it. Poked off his stick there, a nice defensive play from Lenz. And now the Bulldogs gain the zone, but an errant pass. And Musnick sends it the other way. It's settled by Lenz. Second cross ice feed, this time to Drogan. He'll enter the zone, comes in, fires a shot that's deflected. Puck is recovered in the opposite corner momentarily by Gagliano. And now under pressure from Lagalia, but he can't force a turnover. Heading the other way, Knoll's shot is deflected off Barkas, continuing to press. Nearly came away with it. Ends up with Daniel Desquie, who's knocked off the puck. Then a pass intended for Musnick is deflected, picked up by Richardson. Looking for Buglioni, tied up, so he ends up firing that one in. It's going to be picked up by Mianulli. He flips it up and out. Richardson will settle the bouncing puck. Not enough on that for icing. Braves trying to go the other way, but now a one-on-one. Shot turned aside, rebound is free. Mianulli racing after it. Keene takes a couple whacks at it. Still battling for possession, has it on his backhand momentarily. The Bulldogs get a clear. Correction, the Braves get a clear, but the Bulldogs get possession. And then we get a whistle. I believe that's going to be intentional offsides going against the Bulldogs. It's a one-score game. A short-handed Syosset Braves squad looking to get back in the win column after a loss to the Valley Stream Storm against the Bellmore Merrick Bulldogs. A rivalry with a long history in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. Face off, near side, dot, defensive zone, and it's won by Keene. Barkus resetting there, lead pass, ends up on the backhand, but Rolston settles it. Gains the zone, fires a shot, that's gloved by Braglia. Correction, that is Suma, my apologies. Misspoke there. Going through my notes, my apologies. Keene in the dot versus Finelli. One back by the Braves. Zinman's shot is deflected into the corner. DiPiero sends it up and out of the zone, but settled by the Bulldogs. They regain the zone. Now heads the other way. Heading in, it's Rolston now. Drops it off. Shot won't go for Polini. Makes the pass to Rolston beneath the goal line. Moves it to Zinman, steps into a shot, deflected just wide, picked up on the other side by Rolston. Looks to Wilcha at the point. Puck ends up along the near side half wall. Polini battling for control. Trying to chip it to Keene. Play is broken up by Finelli. Engel gets the clear. DiPiero give and go with Engel, and that's sent on net. Stopped. 22 seconds remaining in the period. That pass actually came off the stick of Sigler. 72, not 22. My apologies. And appears the Braves were trying to make a change there. Weren't allowed to. Despite being the home squad, you do have a limited amount of time before you can make that change. That results in Knoll being kicked out of the dot, I believe. So it's going to be Engel stepping in against Drogan, who won the draw. Now gets the zone exit. Guglioni fires it in. That goes wide of the net. It's going to be picked up by Gagliano. He chips it up the wall. Engel gets the clear. Racing after it, it's Desquie. Drogan fires it back in, flipped up the ice, but it's knocked down by Zinman, who fires it right back. But we're going to get another stoppage here. End of the second stanza. It's a one-goal game. Set up by Nicholas Drogan on the power play. Nico Buglioni, the one capitalizing. Colin Rolston picking up the secondary assist. And we have the shots from the first period. The Bulldogs, Joey Braglia making 18 stops in the first. Nick Suma making 16 stops in the first for the Braves. So after a period where the Braves are actually being credited as out shooting the Bulldogs here, a lot of shots, not a lot of stoppages that time, a lot of rebounds that just resulted in more fast-paced transition hockey. We get the goal on the power play in the second stanza. As it stands, that would be the eventual game winner. It's a game where goals have obviously been hard to come by. After all, it's 1-0 after 30 minutes of play. And for the Braves, while that obviously isn't the second period you want, the game is still within reach for them. As Engel, Knoll head back out. Gagliano on the point. Paired with Shlemovich. Daniel Desquie also heads out for the Braves. On the other side for the Bulldogs, Jaden Grillo on the wing of Nick Drogan and Nico. My apologies, there's Nico Bugliano trying to see the defenseman numbers. It's 25 and 26, Zinman and Lins. So Bugliano up front with Drogan and Grillo. We get a stoppage as Braglia corrects his equipment. Face off. tied up, won by Drogan to Guglione, who chips it in. And now Bulldogs on the chase. Knoll gets the clear. Drogan recovers. Under pressure from Knoll. Forced to pull up, reverses. D-to-D pass comes across. Lenz fires across ice. The Bulldogs regain the zone. Sent around the wall by Drogan. Braves forced turnover, flipped up, knocked down, shot through traffic, goes wide, rebound off the back wall, that is. Comes up but not out of the zone. As Daniel Desquie, and we get a whistle here. Net is off. And the Braves had a chance to clear the zone. Daniel Desquie couldn't chip it by Noah Zinman that time, and Zinman listed at 6'2", the senior for the Bulldogs. He's been solid on the blue line all game as the officials correct the moorings of the net in the Braves' own zone. Keene couldn't win the draw that time against Knoll. Attempted clear by Shlemovich, won't go to Squee. Couldn't get it out, but now it comes back to Knoll. Ends up with Engel. He ends up moving it to Knoll after it's nearly deflected. And now Braves trying to hold the zone. They can't. Heading the other way, it's the Bulldogs. Coming in, Rolston fires a shot that's deflected. Settled by Gagliano. Looks to move it up the wall. Turnover forced. On the attack, but the Braves get the clear. Puck comes out of the zone. Lenz fires it in. Bulldogs still haven't checked up, so they have to pull up. Keene racing back now, and we get a whistle as it's knocked down by Pelini. And another late change. Officials blowing that one dead as the Pelini, Goldman, and Rolston line tried to head off. Barkas and Richardson still the defensive unit there. Finelli centering Musnick and Sigler with DiPiero and Mianoli on the blue line. The faceoff has been won back by the Bulldogs. Richardson looking for the lead pass. Comes to Rolston. They head up ice, gaining the zone. Pelini shot, drop pass. Shot went off the glove, off the glass, remained in play. Now cutting in, shot off the stick. Goldman goes wide. Second attempt from the far side point. That's turned aside by the pad. Clearing attempt doesn't go initially. Comes to Sigler, tries to find Musnick. But Rolston picks up the puck on the back check, puts it off the wall. Goldman backhands it into the zone. And the Bulldogs will go for a change as Mianoli moves it up the wall to Musnick. Lead pass. Turnover forced by Richardson. Coming the other way. Gaining the zone. Shot gloved by Suma. Shot coming off the stick of, I believe that was Chase Goldman at the end of his shift. Still out now in the dot against Knoll. Wins it back. Turnover forced. And now Knoll heads the other way as sent into the netting by Engel. Bulldogs got a stick on it there for a moment in the offensive zone. I believe that was 17 in red, which would be Jordan Lushkoff. And the one thing that's very impressive about Bellmore, Merrick, is they're always playing with intensity shift after shift. And the forecheck, back check, pay check mentality clearly on display here as Goldman enters the zone, looks for the shot, carries it to the outside, pass towards the front of the net wouldn't go. And then angled off the puck, attempted clear, won't go initially, ends up coming to Engel on the near side wall, looks across, saucer pass, Shlemovich, and it's chipped in by Daniel Desquie. Knoll chasing, forces the turnover, pass to Desquie, coming in, can't get the shot off. Loose puck is collected by Knoll, pass to the point won't go. Under pressure, turnover. And Vitale on it momentarily, as was Lushkoff, and eventually chipped in by Goldman. As that line gets a full change. Lead pass trying to spring Desquie, who chips it in. Finelli and Musnick on the chase as Sigler heads back out for the Braves. Heading up ice with speed, it's Drogan. Lead pass, chipped off the wall. Drogan tried to collect it. Turnover forced, but it went out of play. And you have to credit the Braves for playing short-handed. The adrenaline's clearly pumping. They've been very tenacious in their own zone, trying to create in transition. Just haven't gotten the bounces so far as the faceoff's one forward. Shot turned aside, rebound comes free. Now Musnick has it. He's with Sigler. Can't gain numbers, he's forced to chip it in, and that's been the story of the game for the Braves. They get chances in transition, just haven't been able to create off of them. Wilcha sends it up the wall after collecting the loose puck beneath the goal line. It's carried in. Guglielmi drops off shot, deflected. Loose puck, net comes off. Will be corrected by the official. Play will continue. Lead pass, and up going off the skates Finelli. Braglia puts it off the wall. Collected by Finelli. He takes a hit. Turnover forced. Comes back to Finelli. Shot turned aside by Braglia. Joe Braglia says, not happening, and we get another defensive zone draw. This time, though, it's for the Bulldogs, and they win the face-offs. Puck comes to Collini. Scott Rolston with them, looking for the drop pass. And then a pass towards Keene, and the slot won't go. Nice stick lift there. As Knoll gets the clear, chasing after it, it's Engel, gets a stick on it, pressuring Bulldogs defense, comes away with it, pass towards the slot, ends up deflected off the back of the net, comes to the slot. Knoll with the attempt, and it's gloved by Braglia. Another strong look for the Braves, who have found more of a rhythm offensively. And the forecheck has been there all night, as you can see. Now it appears that Lenz will be heading to the box, putting the Braves on the power play. They've been getting to work on the forecheck. Both teams have played a very disciplined, very structured, very fast-paced game, but you know, nobody scores when nobody makes any mistakes. There haven't been many mistakes tonight. Faceoff has been won by the Braves. Knoll threads the needle on a pass to Finelli. Tries to give it back to Knoll. Ends up bouncing off the wall. Zinman forces the turnover. But a bad bounce. It's now coming in. Breakaway opportunity. Finelli can't take away the angle. Stopped by Suma. Play hasn't stopped. He settles it there. Turnover was actually forced by Buglioni. Drogan with the rush. Heading up ice now. Pass is deflected. But Knoll recovers, gains the zone, coming in on his backhand, pulls up under pressure. Pass nearly intercepted by Drogan. The shot from Mianoli's deflected. Puck is loose, net is off. No. Went off the iron as the net came off. 1:05 remaining on the power play, 9:15 remaining in the period. It's just the second power play of the game. First for the Braves. Obviously, that Nico Buglioni goal, his 9th of the season, coming off the Jake Gagliano tripping minor, and now Evan Lenz's slashing minor has given the Braves an opportunity to even the score on the power play. Face-off, tied up. One back. Gagliano to Finelli, settles it. Fires a shot that's blocked. Recovers. Nice diving play there by Keene. Puck is now with Engel. Moves it to Sigler. Looks across. Puck skips the stick. Gagliano. Polini racing up ice. And Gagliano forces a turnover. Under pressure. Escapes. Pass comes to Desquie. Gives it back to Gagliano. As he throws a bit of a reverse hit there. And now the zone entry coming in. Pulling up in the corner. Puck comes to Sigler at the point. Works it back down. Along the half wall shot. Deflected. Braves collecting the rebound. Engel passes a slot. Sigler can't get the shot off. Puck is the bouncing. Still deflected. Comes out. Up but not out of the zone. The second attempt. Bulldogs get the clear. A nice play in transition from Gagliano. But now the power play set to expire in less than 5 seconds as the turnover is forced. It is iced. Lentz gets out of the box. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs as Gagliano sends up the wall. Went too far. Pass to the front of the net. Tied up. Second attempt by Rolston. Rebound comes free on the other side. Musnick takes over. Looking across to Engel. He chips it in. Nice deflection there to prevent the icing. And Richardson will take over. Under pressure. Looks to reset to Drogan, but he carries it beneath his own goal line. Has Rolston with him. Flips it up, but not out of the zone. A turnover forced by Musnick, but his pass. Correction, that was actually 88, not 86. Now the Bulldogs are heading the way. Drogan has it poked off his stick. That was Ethan Nash, 88 in white, who forced the turnover. My apologies, the wraparound won't go against Suma. Net is off. Officials will go to correct it as Knoll uses the cage as a shield against the defender. Now picks up speed, heads up ice. Turnover force coming in the other way. Rolston, shot from the slot, deflected into the netting off the stick of DiPiero. And we get another stoppage, this one coming with 7:07 remaining in the period. A nice play there from Ethan Nash to Max Musnick. So it'll be Goldman in the dot. Centering Lushkov. I believe that's Danny Seaman. Can't make out the number there. 19, my apologies, that would be Vitale. Alex Vitale, that is. But the Braves have won the draw. It's been flipped up and out by DiPiero. It's been gloved down by Barkas. But it comes to Sigler. On his forehand, it's poked off his stick. Heading the other way now. Bulldogs with speed, but the pass goes a bit too far. Mianoli sends it to Finelli. He cuts in on the backhand. Angled off by Richardson. Pass towards the slot. Backhand shot won't go. Sigler ends up sending it into the far side corner. Finelli tried to cut to the net. Poked off his stick. Bulldogs now head the other way. Lushkov with possession. Gains the zone. Has Vitale across. Puck comes in. He scores! Anthony Vitale makes it a 2-score game. Braves jump out to a 2. Correction, Bulldogs jump out to a 2-0 lead. My apologies. And it's the first varsity goal in his 7th career game. He's got 4 points total on the season. Obviously the 1 goal, the 3 assists for Anthony Vitale. Face off at center. It's been won back by Knoll. Ends up being chipped in by Slamovich, but now heading the other way. Zinman cutting in on the backhand, pulling up, chips it in on net. Poked aside by Suma. And then a shot on it. Turn side. Rebound comes free. Polini on it. Pass across is deflected. Comes back out. To squeeze pass intended for Engel. But put too much on it. Ends up with Rolston. D to D and then the reverse intended for Rolston. He gets it back now as Bulldogs reset. Keene gets it. And he fires it in. They do such a good job moving the puck in transition. And now Engel forces the turnover, sends it the length of the ice. We'll get a whistle here for icing, and you could hear the Bellmore Merrick bench shouting to move the puck quicker a little bit earlier. Before that, Anthony Vitale goal assisted by Chase Goldman and Jordan Lushkov. And it's understandable, but they do such a good job moving the puck in transition. They get into the opponent's zone, then they just wear you down. Face-off has been won by Finelli. Ziegler trying to move it back up. Turnover force, Buglioni. D-to-D pass, Richardson now has it. Goes back to Barkas, but the puck ends up in his skates, so he has to reset. Finelli providing pressure, forces the turnover, comes away with it. Pass towards the slot is deflected. Richardson now takes over. Lead pass, comes to Drogan. Gains the zone, coming in, makes his move. Pass intended, broken up shot, turned aside, rebound. Can't be settled initially. Bulldogs trying to get to work on the forecheck. Buglioni sends it back down low. Grillo takes over on the chase, sent up the wall. Musnick couldn't get the clear. Grillo resets. Buglioni, who under pressure from DiPiero, makes the escape turn. Then Grillo's pass to the front is broken up. Sent to the point by Ziegler on the attempted clear. Walking in, shot from Barkas is deflected. And we get a whistle. And it's a 2-score game. 4:29 remaining in the third period. Nico Buglioni with what will be the eventual game-winning goal if the score holds until the end of regulation. Anthony Vitale currently has the insurance goal, but if the Braves score, obviously, that would be the game winner in theory, as Vitale holds his own on the other side of the ice. Now on the forecheck, it's Goldman. Attempted clear won't go. It's held in by Vitale. Initially comes to Knoll after a thunderous hit. There's a penalty behind the play. Suma's heading to the bench. Knoll cuts towards the net, continues to circle on his backhand, waiting for the extra attacker. Ends up working it down low on the cycle. Desquie takes over under pressure. Moves it to Engel. He's got time, but an aggressive defensive play and a turnover forced by the Bulldogs. And it appears it's going to be 17 in red. That would be Jordan Lushkoff heading to the box. Another power play for the Braves. They've called a timeout now. It's not to sound over dramatic, but it's do or die for the Braves. If they can't capitalize on this power play, in all likelihood, their chances of mounting a comeback attempt, forcing overtime, are null and void. First of two New York Islanders High School Hockey League games here in Syosset tonight. The other one between the Garden City Wings and the Cold Spring Harbor Seahawks in Varsity Conference 2. Jack Ziskin on the call for the Long Island Sports Network. Don't forget to give the Long Island Sports Network a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at LI Sports Network for all the latest game news, recaps, highlights, and analysis. Timeout is at its end. Appears that Suma will head back out to his crease, so they will not start the power play off an extra attacker a la John Cooper. But nonetheless, Knoll in the dot. He'll be matched up against Drogan. Face off. And it's controlled initially by the Braves. And Engel will pick it up beneath the goal line, looking for a pass to the point. He finds it to Finelli. Looking for the shot. It's blocked. Recovers the rebound. Backhanded towards the net. That time goes off Engel. And now lead pass. But Drogan can't settle it. And now regaining the zone. Drop pass. Finelli. Fire shot. Deflecting score! A goal from Gagliano on the power play. And once again, we have a one-score game. First Goal of the game for Syosset. That ends Joey Braglia's shutout. Made 18 saves in the first period, still waiting on shooting statistics from the second. Currently, those are unavailable to us. Try and get that to when we can. Face-off has been won back by Knoll. Lead pass. Attempted zone entry won't go. Battle along the boards. Knoll gains the zone now, under pressure. Cutting to net, fire shot, that's blocker to side into the netting. A big save from Braglia. Shutting the door that time. Face off. Won by the Bulldogs. But a turnover force. DiPiero goes D to Gagliano. It's chipped in now. Chasing is Engel, but the puck comes up, not out of the zone. Second attempt, Keene gets the clear. But another turnover. Gagliano has it. He loses control. Polini intercepting that pass, and he chips it in to the bench as that pass is deflected. Rather, he ends up chipping it into the bench. .241 remaining in the period. Face off, one back by Drogan, but the dump in is intercepted by Gagliano. Now heading the other way, gaining the zone. Sigler trying to drop it off to Knoll. Can't, but Knoll prevents the zone exit. Works the puck down low on the forecheck. Barkas trying to get the clear. Chipped up the wall, but his pass deflected. Drogan skates into it, gains the zone. Coming in, beats the defender. Makes his move, but it's stopped by Suma. Double checks to make sure he got that one. A golden opportunity for Drogan. Suma doesn't bite on the fake, and if a goaltender doesn't bite on the fake, to be frank, I mean, especially in today's game where we've almost seen a emphasis on not moving. Drogan coming in, wraparound attempt won't go. Works it back down on the cycle. Gagliano intercepts, but when a goaltender bites on the fake, that's when they're beat. If they don't react, typically you end up with a save that looks easy like that one. Shot turned aside off the stick of Engel. Trying to force a turnover there in the corner with the thunderous hit, but now heading the other way. It's chipped in. And now cleared out by Mianoli, sent back in. Lagalia on the forecheck again as that pass towards net is deflected. Sigler gets the clear. But the puck comes to Lenz. He goes D to Zinman. Lead pass, it's chipped in by Keene. Settled by Suma, picked up, sent around the wall by Mianoli. But it ends up with the Bulldogs. Then a turnover force. Knoll give and go with the line. Engel can't gain the zone. And now Knoll settles into the skates, pulls up. Engel has to recheck up. And now a turnover. Gagliano with a great second effort. This time Knoll gets his own entry, poked off his stick, chipped in by Engel. Less than a minute remaining, we get it laid off sides. As Finelli, I believe, didn't check up that time. Might have been Knoll. Irregardless, we get a stompage. So Suma, he's out by the hash marks of his own net. Expect him to come as soon as the Braves can gain possession. But so far, they've had a difficult time settling this puck and gaining the zone here tonight. Face off, one back by the Bulldogs. So Suma retreats into his crease. Cross-ice pass intended for Knoll, won't go. Sent up the wall, comes to Gagliano. He settles it on the backhand, moves it to Mianoli. Up the wall, Desquie gains the zone, cutting in on his backhand, poked off his stick. Zone exit, but it's an empty net now. Pass comes to Gagliano, under pressure, moves it back to Mianoli. And he'll carry it in himself. Makes his move to duck the defender. Backhand pass towards the slot, won't go. Bulldogs get the clear. Less than 15 seconds remaining now. Pass comes back to Sigler. Pulls up to Desquie. Knocked off the puck. Turnover forced at the line. Bulldogs get the clear. Lead pass. Drogan can't settle it. Sent the other way. Comes back to Knoll. Across the ice. Desquie gains the zone, but can't get the shot off. It's over. The Bulldogs extend their win streak to 8 with a 2-1 victory over the Syosset Braves. Thank you so much for watching on the Long Island Sports Network, your home for New York Islanders High School Hockey League action. If you haven't already given us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at LI Sports Network, I've only repeated the hashtag the handle rather, about 15 times tonight. So hopefully you've picked it up by now. Hopefully you give us a follow and check out the LI Hockey website for more news, highlights, and analysis from across the league. Jack Siskin on the call for the Long Island Sports Network. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good night, everyone. Have a happy holidays. Garden City versus Cold Spring Harbor coming up next. Good night.